Hey, everyone. Welcome to Unique Ways with Thomas Gerard, an audio podcast. We've got a super awesome guest today. He is a web developer with experience working on diverse projects and using a range of tools and technologies. And he's dedicated to creating seamless and visually engaging digital experiences. Please join me in welcoming Sachin Chaves. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much, Thomas. Yeah, and thank you for this opportunity. We
Oh, yeah,
appreciate it. Yeah.
no problem. Are you ready for 20 questions?
Yes.
Okay, question one. Tell me a little bit more about yourself. What do you do?
Well, I'm a web developer with 7 years of experience. I have moved from India to Canada in 2021. I currently work as a developer where I get the opportunity to work on e-commerce websites, diverse web and mobile applications. I usually work with languages like React, React Native, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, jQuery, PHP, and WordPress. Outside of work, I love spending time with my family, especially my cat Laddu. I love watching movies and TV series, and I love playing soccer.
Nice. That's awesome. Just a note for our audience, recently we had Chris Krug on the show, who is not a developer, but he was doing some developing work using ChatGPT. Okay, question two. What's a key piece of knowledge that makes you different?
Well, I have worked with people from various countries, so I understand their expectations. I've had the experience to work as a marketing web developer and also as a developer in the engineering team, which helps me see things from different perspectives that supports me to improve my professional practice.
Sounds great. And three, why this of all things? Why do you do what you do?
Yeah, yeah, well, see, although I have a computer science background, I have tried sales and marketing as a profession too. And however, web development is something that stuck with me. The first website that I ever made was an RSVP website for my sister's wedding, and I was thrilled by the experience. The whole process of building website and debugging issues made me happy. So I continued on the path and I never looked back.
Nice. What you're saying reminds me a bit about maybe our most prestigious episode with John Maeda, who also has that kind of intersection of design and technology and other areas as well. So number four is, what does your future look like?
Well, I feel I have a lot to learn to be a better developer and a better person. So I hope to be a better person, a better human, a better version of myself and grow in terms of my career. And I hope I can build applications or websites in the future that contribute more to animal and human welfare. And I also want to start traveling, so more of that.
Sounds good. And number five, we say is unique to this podcast. The question is, let's talk about location. How does the notion of place play into what you do?
Well, I believe that place plays a very important role personally and professionally. When we explore new places, it reminds me how big our world is. It encourages a global mindset, recognizing that we are a part of a larger community. I believe that in life, learning about diverse cultures and views broadens our perspective.
Nice. And just a note for the audience about place, we're recording here on my side from Vancouver, Canada. But if you actually want to see the studio and you want to see the in-person Vancouver setup, please check out our other podcast, Unique Ways with Thomas Gerard, a more than audio podcast. Okay, number six, if you had to start from the beginning, what advice would you give your former younger self?
Well, I think I started off by doing more theory. So I think I would advise myself to practice and build more and also start investing early. Also, I was very hard on myself when I made it's like when I made mistakes. So I was very hard on myself. So I will advise myself that it is okay to make mistakes or fail because that is the best way that we can learn.
Great. And seven, what's a day in your life like?
Um, well, my cat waits for me to open my eyes, so I start my day by spending time with him. Then I can't live without my tea, so I have my morning tea with breakfast. Then I start work. Post work, I play with my cat Laddu again, and then have tea again. And then I study for an hour or so. Also, I relentlessly endeavor to go to the gym that I have been paying for more than a year. So hopefully I will soon. I also enjoy spending time with my family or watching series or movies which I love. On Saturdays, I usually catch up on study, sleep, movies, series, and spend time with family, of course. And on Sundays, I volunteer in farmers market. I'll be doing that until October.
Nice. You know, I often bring up this episode, but there's a great episode with C-suite designer Rajay Vanderheed who talks about his day, and he says it starts when he opens the door to the atelier, and then when he closes that door, his day ends.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. Number 8, lifelong learning is a popular topic. How do you stay up to date?
I do believe that we need to keep ourselves updated. So I try to study for an hour minimum a day or alternate days and try to do more on the weekends.
Good stuff. And tools, are you digital and analog?
Uh, Mostly digital. I mainly use PHP Storm, Visual Studio, Code, Figma, but I also use Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, and XD.
How do you deal with work-life balance?
I think I still have to go a long way to have a work-life balance, but for now, my cat Laddu makes sure that I have a balance between the two.
If you weren't doing what you do now, what would you be doing?
I love what I do, so no, nothing else. But if there was no web development, then maybe a profession in which I watch a lot of movies or be a professional soccer player, maybe. But now I have become like a soccer ball, so I think I'm going to stick to web development.
And 12 is what would you not like to do with your career?
Uh, there's nothing that I would not like to do. I believe that there's no job, small or big, and that any work that provides for your family basic needs is worth doing. So
Do you have a favorite word, quote, or sentence?
I actually have two. One is I'm not. One is I'm not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become. And the second one is helping one person might not change the world, but it could change the world for one person.
I love that. And do you have a least favorite word, quote, or sentence?
I think that would be stop asking questions and just do it. This phrase can be a bit frustrating because it discourages curiosity and the desire to understand. I believe in being more polite by encouraging questions and offering explanations. This approach also helps in learning.
15, you have one word to describe yourself. What word?
If I had to pick just one word to describe myself, it would be hopeful. Being hopeful helps me to see the bright side of life and helps me to believe in the potential for a positive change, even in challenging times. It's like the guiding light that helps me stay positive, even during tough times.
What keeps you up at night?
Uh, my cat, movies, and series, for sure.
Do you have a dream you're chasing?
Uh, well, just being a better person, a better human, and a person who can provide well for my family.
And final stretch here, number 18, what inspires you?
It's not just what inspires me, but who. Certainly, my mom is an excellent source for inspiration for me. Additionally, I've been fortunate to learn from excellent teachers as you and mentors and friends. And I've also been lucky to work with amazing colleagues in India and Canada who inspire me both professionally and personally.
Great. And any advice you'd like to share?
Uh, we often support and comfort our friends when they face tough times or make mistakes, but we often forget to do the same for ourselves. So my advice is be nice to yourself too.
And number 20 is the self-promotional one, but also a bit of a call to action for us to do what we should do next. How do our listeners keep tabs on you? How do we follow you? What's our call to action?
They can add me on LinkedIn. I'll also be launching my portfolio soon, and you can also follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is Sachin05691.
Awesome. Well, super awesome to have you on. Awesome to have a developer on. I mean, we had Chris Krug on who was talking about trying to do dev work with AI and talking about how to collaborate with devs. But we probably, I think you're the first dev we've had on. So this is a super
That's an
cool.
honor.
Yeah. So thanks so much for joining.
Yeah, it was lovely talking to you again. Thank you so much for inviting me. I truly appreciate this opportunity. Thank you. Thank you, Thomas.